Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And obviously Elon Musk has purchased Twitter and I thought this was probably not going to happen, but it's happened. What does it mean for crypto? We're going to dig into some of the news articles surrounding Bitcoin. We'll come on to Elon Musk in the video, what my thoughts and opinions are on everything that's happening surrounding Twitter and what that impact on crypto is likely to be. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and comment below and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and what that means for crypto. Are you excited? Is it good for crypto? Is it bad for crypto? Really interested to get your views and opinions. So let's get down to the desktop. So we're going to start with coin market cap. Bitcoin is at 38,378.95, down 2.90% at the time of recording. We had a little bit of green earlier today, but it's all turned red again. And we were kind of expecting this. And if you watched Nick's videos earlier, you would have known that this was, going to be short-lived being in the green.
Do you ever feel like this using Ethereum? 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 Network offers lightning-fast transactions with low fees, so you can do more of the things you love to do in crypto. We bring the power of Web 2 on-chain, paving the way for next-gen ideas. Like NFTs that change based on your video game scores, or automatic airdrops for everyday things like sending tweets, shopping online, or just ordering delivery. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 Network delivers a faster, cheaper, and smarter experience for Ethereum's next billion users. Get started today.
But let's sort of get into some of the nitty-gritty news articles. We're going to start with Bitcoin and 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗏, and it doesn't look like Bitcoin is gaining the sort of traction as expected, and it's really struggling. The first country to accept it as legal tender after many of the population stopped using the government's Bitcoin wallet known as 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗏, I think that's how you pronounce it, and only a tiny fraction reported using it as remittance, tax and daily purchases. So ultimately it's new and it's a bit clunky, right? And that's kind of my opinion on Bitcoin. I think trying to use it as legal tender is going to be a challenge in itself. I don't think it's the easiest and the fastest to use. And obviously there are people working on this and trying to make it more achievable, easier to use, and with the Lightning Network and so forth, right? But ultimately for me, Bitcoin has its place, but it's more of a store of value. And it's like some of the events where they cheer for the fact that you can spend it easily, and then they cheer because it's a store of value. It's like almost like no one really knows what its true use case should be. And I guess it's like trying to squeeze I guess something square in a circular hole, right? It's not always easy. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of my opinion on that. 80% of institutions bullish on crypto's future, should I say, a survey has found. And again, I'm not going to sort of read through the article, but I do think that it's interesting with this survey really sort of telling us that it's kind of here to stay, really, and that people are really bullish. Particularly in the institutions, we're going to start to see more and more adoption from the institutions. I think we've seen a sizable amount already, but I think we're going to continue to see more and more as time progresses. So those are kind of the two articles that I really wanted to cover first off before sort of getting into the Twitter aspect of things. And Stripe's test lets Twitter creators get paid in cryptocurrency. And ultimately, we got asked in our AMA this evening, actually, for our Patreon members, what our thoughts are on Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. And ultimately, it's mixed feelings from our side. Like, probably need to digest it a little bit more. But one of the things that I mentioned was, payments for advertising, and I didn't really consider payment for creators. And obviously Stripe's sort of supporting with that happening on Twitter. So, an interesting article. I will link these articles in the description of the video. But ultimately, yeah, like I think there's going to be many different aspects that could impact crypto. I mean, payments to creators, payments for ads. I think all this sort of stuff would be fantastic for crypto. I think, having the OpenSea, being able to display your profile picture that's an NFT from OpenSea, I think's, fantastic. But does this open the door to more projects, perhaps on different ecosystems, being able to link up and do something very similar? I think, it's really to be seen. But what I would like to see is Elon Musk perhaps being more considerate about, his opinions. It's all great, having freedom of speech, but when your freedom of speech can move markets, that potentially gets people wrecked, I think, you should, talk from, I guess, put thought into your speech before putting it out into the public. That's just my opinion. Because we've seen what's happened with some of the meme coins, and ultimately who's benefiting from all of these swings in the market, right? And ultimately who's getting wrecked. And it's an interesting one. But ultimately I think, there's benefits, but I also think there's negatives. But that's like anything, right, in life, ultimately. But I'm really interested to get your views and opinions on it. And the price of the share price of Twitter has actually fallen, right? And this is because the CEO predicts a period of uncertainty, and I think that's right. But ultimately, this is, I guess, a sign of markets moving based on what Elon Musk is saying, and it doesn't seem to matter which market it is. And ultimately, this is the negative side of talking about things openly, and seeing the share prices fall. Now, there's lots of people. I saw a tweet earlier that somebody had lost their job and they were going to put all of their redundancy money into Twitter. And maybe they've done that and it's pulled back after this has been said. That's got to be devastating for that individual. And ultimately, these are the things that I think should be considered. Like I say, it's all well and good having free speech, and completely agree that you should be able to speak freely. But I think sometimes people in certain positions speak freely, and it can be very damaging to many. So I think with great power comes responsibility is probably the right way to say it. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to know. But ultimately, I'm hoping that it's going to be a good thing, not a bad thing. And I think as Twitter grows, and ultimately I think Elon Musk is going to do a better job than, say, some of the individuals that have been working at Twitter in the past. Ultimately, it'd be interesting to see if others that have been banned, are allowed to go back onto Twitter, and are going to be unbanned. All that sort of stuff's really, really interesting. Ultimately, I think having decentralization is fantastic, but there's always got to be an element of centralization, I kind of feel, in every aspect of life. Ultimately, there has to be a line that has to be drawn, and somebody's got to draw that line, right? You can't have certain terrible things happening, like you see it all the time, like the scams and stuff. Like, I'd like to see all of that sort of stuff getting cleaned up on Twitter. The spamming of shit coins and all those sorts of things are all the things that I feel need to be resolved, and the bot issues and stuff like that. I think all of that stuff is likely to get sorted out with Elon at the helm. But time's going to tell, and ultimately all this stuff could be really fantastic and in different ways for crypto, because we know that one of the difficulties is navigating the space without getting scammed in crypto. So lots going on. lots to be excited about. And ultimately, what does it really mean? I think it's good. I think it's bad. But ultimately, like, I don't think it really changes too much. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to know. And if you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.